And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New Orleans Saints. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready to break.
Mike 4-2. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Hancock. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped. Come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Switzer. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Lock in.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. Past the 20. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Watkins, the intended receiver. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So the ball 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 14th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Looks good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. Got some room at the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Draw play. It's Ekeler. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick pass out to Aguilar. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Pittsburgh.
Hey, pick your game up.
Off the play fake. Hancock. And Stills bringing it in. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here I come.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Hancock. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Come on.
Get it.
Off play action. Hancock. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, Eckler. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd.
Hey, exit.
47. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike, 47. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he connects with Ertz. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
40. 180. Come on, let's go.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Hey, Echo.
Check, 47. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Tight dog.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, but it's going to be second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Play. Alert. 47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Stop.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Off the play fake. Hancock. Open man is Trey Burton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go, set. 10 logo. Let's go. Pilot, 64, weak. Let's go.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Second and 9 now. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Looking to throw. Hancock. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Austin Eckler, 96 yards, and the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Back to throw. Hancock in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Devin Bush has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Switzer on the return. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Zach Ertz with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Now Trubisky on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Lock in.
Now Trubisky, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game and you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky, and that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here, nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Jim.
Trubisky will throw. Able to find Switzer. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Trubisky. And this one's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
On third down, Trubisky. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that...
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 87 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is. They had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling me that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 20. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the third quarter's not been a whole lot of fun for him. A couple of interceptions thrown. He seems to be a different man here in the second half.
Here we go, set. 60 outlaw. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 5.
Off play action. Hancock. That's caught. It's Thomas. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Flush to his right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. from the gun. Hancock, and he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game as his guys are able to regain the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this third quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then in a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. Preston Smith there on the stop. Here is Eckler. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run here with Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Try to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But
and a big loss here as he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Looking to throw. Hancock. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Go! Let's go!
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Eckler. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, pulled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through three quarters, Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Running on first down, Eckler fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on second down, Trubisky. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, Delta.
To throw on third down. Hancock, he's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively, that's Devin Bush making the play. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Hancock. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Devin Bush in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Got it. 55, 55. And what's that? And what's the ball? Careful!
55. Right there.
5.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hancock. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
Ryan Switzer on the
Let's go.
return.
Let's go.
The
Let's go.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now it's Trubisky, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
55 to Mike. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Hancock looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
Defense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
He's got daylight. The 30, 10, and he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.